welcome back. The messages in these cards will be applicable, but I will try and decipher and read into these messages more as we go along. First things first, I'd like to have a look at how your relationships are going. Sagittarius, a Leo, or an Aries. If you're dealing with one of these signs, these messages may be more resonating for you. So we'll have a look and see what comes up, taken in the general messages and these specific ones that will come up in the cards. Okay, the time of Libra, or the energies of Libra have come up. So have Aries, Three of Pentacles. So, you know, sometimes these messages can be flexible as well. So if you find some resonate more than others, great. Starting off with the Justice card, this is about equality and fairness. This is about karmic energy as well. It can indicate that karmically over the next 3 months, or you're really starting to align with your significant other with the Justice card. It's fairness. It's you finally getting that say. It's you finally feel like you have control over the relationship. But it's things are coming in really, really balanced here. Things are coming in beautifully with the scales. Things are coming in quite balanced. As I said, you're on the right frequency, and it's an upright frequency, which is positive. This shows positive movement, thoughts, and actions in relationships with the Justice card. For some of you, there's a legality coming forward. It could be buying a home. It could be getting engaged. If you are dealing with a fellow fire sign, there's contracts around partnerships that are coming up, and I can see you almost discussing these partnerships or contracts with the Three of Pentacles, maybe negotiating or discussing your future together. So I think there's a lot of future plans, definitely. The Aries has specifically come up here along with the Libra, so I'm not sure if any of you are dealing with those signs, but the Aries present here indicates there is very important decision making that's happening in this relationship over the next 3 months. A lot of decisions will involve family, or those that are precious, or those that are very close to you as well in some capacity, friends, family. So as I said, it could be wedding invitations. I think families getting involved because there's either a matter of justice that needs to come to a head. So this can be positive, but this can also be for those that are divorcing or for those that are separating. I feel like there's a lot of diplomacy that's happening here and fairness. You might have someone tough that you're breaking up with, and maybe you're dividing between items, maybe you're having a divorce, but I feel like the negotiations will, for the most part, prove to be quite productive. The Aries here, the Emperor, can indicate initially at first, you know, it could be a little bit tough. You feel like you're not getting through to this person because the Emperor is seen as he does have quite a poised and cold exterior. And it's almost like an intimidating notion. So for some of you, there could be intimidation here for those that are separating or breaking up. But even if you're not, it could be that there's a period over the next 3 months where you feel like you are being a little bit intimidated by your significant other, maybe with their friends, maybe with their family. Again, outside influences here with another fire sign. This could also be it. I feel like maybe you feel they're a little bit controlling with the Emperor, who can often be a very imposing and intimidating figure. And although he often has our best interests at heart, sometimes that energy can be misconstrued and blown out of proportion. So, you know, if that doesn't sit well with you, make sure you vocalize yourself. If you don't want someone, I guess, having that upper hand over you sometimes, or maybe they're a little bit too controlling. The Three of Pentacles can denote a third-party situation, but I don't think so, judging by the other cards here. I think the the Three of Pentacles really denotes this energy of discussion, negotiations, sort of filtering through. It's also lots of dates. So I feel like some of you will be rekindling a romance. I do see money being spent with the Ten of Pentacles, and it could be on gifts. You might find that your significant other is purchasing you gifts, or vice versa. But it's really a card of coming together. There's a lot of decisions that need to be made with the Three of Pentacles, but I think for the most part, if you exercise diplomacy, fairness is the goal here, and it can certainly be delivered, which is beautiful. Just don't get discouraged if initially you feel like you're not getting through to your partner, or you feel like they're not really listening to what you have to say. I think they will become more open-minded if they previously have been narrow-minded, hopefully, in the next 3 months. For some of you, there's definitely a lot of legalities here. If you previously haven't had luck in buying a property or renting a property or a home or in your careers, I feel like yourself and your partner, there'll suddenly be a boost in morale for the two of you, which is nice. Nice to see, Sagittarius. Because the Ten of Pentacles is a lot of money, it's family wealth, it's income, legacies, somehow might be affected here with the Justice card, the Three of Pentacles. Maybe it's negotiating a price for a home, maybe it's selling your home, maybe it's planning a wedding. The Three of Pentacles, this archway often reminds me of a church or a historic building, so this may be applicable for some of you. Look, there's pets and children in these cards. So for some of you, there's definitely children and pets, expansion of the family, purchasing a pet, adopting a child, conceiving a child, or planning and thinking about having children, which is really nice. A lot of growth happening here and a lot of discussion. I feel like if your partner was previously closed off because they didn't feel ready, I feel like this might change for them. Because we do see conquest, we can see that there's conquest towards the end of this period and a final, like a submission or an offer of emotion, which is nice. So where there was anxiety and uncertainty before, you will prevail underneath with the Ace of Swords and get to this level that you're after. And for those that already have children, there could be grandchildren on the way, and new additions to family and really long-term planning for your own grown children as well. So that's very exciting. And that was with fire signs. Let's have a look at water signs, a Pisces or Scorpio. What are the energies or messages for you and your relationships? Okay, I sort of want to pull this card out. Okay, Page of Swords, Five of Swords, Knight of Cups, Seven of Swords. Okay, so there could be something going on here, something that's a little bit suspicious. Maybe it's paranoia, maybe it's uncertainty. For some of you, there is a breakup happening in the next 3 months, or there's time apart as indicated by the Five of Swords. I almost feel like you're leaving something behind, and if you're not physically leaving a relationship, I feel like a part of the relationship is being put to rest. Now, it could be a really bad part. It could be that you that are dealing with water signs, it could be that if you feel this person hasn't been committed or they've been too reliant on their past or past lovers, if they haven't been able to commit because they're too busy looking back, maybe this is about to change, because these three cards, as you can see, they all indicate someone looking back. If you're dealing with water signs or water signs thinking about their previous lovers, but in all these cards you can see that are people looking back. So I think the past or some notion of the past, doesn't have to be a relationship, maybe it was a traumatic event they've had in their past, is coming to the surface, I feel, or this might be heightened during these 3 months. Look, the Seven of Swords can indicate this deceit or obstacles. So I think there is obstacles in communication, and especially in the general messages here with the Moon card, I feel like there might be some emotional upheaval between you and water signs who are dealing with a Cancer, Pisces or Scorpio. So I feel like if you're not physically leaving a relationship or someone isn't leaving you, maybe you're taking time away from a relationship. Maybe this is a business trip, it's geographical distance, maybe you're focusing on work, career, studies, hobbies or other commitments, and you cannot prioritize your relationship in this point in time. Or maybe it's your significant other, water sign, that can't commit or prioritize your relationship right now. And look, I do see you being a little bit disappointed, but eventually they are going to come through for you. The Knight of Cups, I love that the Knight and the King are both present here. So it's almost to say you might be close to giving up on someone or giving up on fighting for someone, and then all of a sudden they might evoke some new emotion, or they might come in and redeem themselves. I feel like there's a redeeming quality to the Knight of Cups. He is quite an honest and open figure, quite vulnerable as well, so with his heart on his sleeve making you this offer. So I feel all will be well. It's just that it might be a minor hiccup, to be honest. And for those that are going separate ways, I feel like you'll still be thinking about this relationship. I think even you might be looking back, although you don't represent the swords, air signs do. If we take this and reinterpret it into your relationship, I feel like maybe you'll regret this decision, or you'll miss them dearly. And I do see some sort of emotional outpour. So I feel there could be communication for those that might separate over this time. there could be communication coming back from this person. Either another offer, another second chance could be coming in around you as well. For others, I feel like there might be obstacles in career. Something very important for your significant other might show up, and it might cause a bit of hurdles in the relationship. But I do see towards the end that things will be okay again. But there's something they keep looking back on or thinking about. Maybe it's a habitual thought process. Maybe it's detrimental. Maybe it isn't ideal. And maybe they keep bringing this up. And they can be this way, especially emotionally. If something's hurt them emotionally, they don't forget it. They might forgive, but they won't forget. It's something that's emotionally scarring for them. If you can be a little bit more diplomatic or a little bit more in tune or sensitive to how this person is feeling, it could be something minor like that. For others, though, I do see someone being dishonest. I do see someone being dishonest, and you do have some challenges ahead. And I think there will be a window of opportunity for you to walk away. And for some, I think you'll take it. And you'll look back, you might regret it, and there might be a reconciliation. But for others of you that do leave someone that has been dishonest, or you find something out about them, the veil is unlifted. I did mention the blindfold. And then I did mention this urgency or impulsiveness with the Knight of Swords. So it could be that you walk away too quickly without hearing them out, without putting yourself in their shoes. But for others of you, I feel like you're totally cleansing yourself of any toxic relationships, and you deserve better. You may think about this person from time to time, but I think for the most part, you've got a really honest love that's coming towards you, definitely. And it could even be another water sign. Let's move on and have a look at earth signs. Eight of Cups. Some of you are planning holidays, planning travels, going on a trip. A trip might bring you closer together, definitely. Others of you may be separated by geographical distance, or maybe walking away from a relationship or taking a break from an earth sign. Okay. For some of you, there's definitely, you're finding out over the next coming months that this person that you're with, if they're an earth sign, a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, is actually your soulmate. I love the Lovers card, and it's sitting most potently out of these 4 cards here. And it's this notion of I love yous, as indicated by the King of Cups, really stripping bare and coming together in such a real and raw way. There's a very strong physical, emotional, mental, karmic connection between the two of you, and you're definitely seeing this. During this time, which is beautiful. There's a lot of words that will be exchanged. This is synchronicity. So I feel like if you have been out of alignment, or your focus or attention has been elsewhere with earth signs, I feel like this communication is going to lift you to new heights. I really feel like someone is wanting a commitment from you, but either you're resisting it or they're resisting it. I definitely feel communication is a really big message for all of you Sagittarians out there, but in particular you, because I feel like there might be some sort of misconstrued interpretation of a situation or a conversation that might take place, and it just throws you off a little bit. But I do see travel plans will bring you closer together. I possibly see someone getting engaged, becoming intimate on travels, getting engaged, getting married on travels, or saying I love you on travels. I feel like for those of you that are planning something, particularly, I think things will just flow. If you are planning something, I think there's something special your partner will do for you, or vice versa, because you do have 6, 7, and 2 8s here, which is consecutive energy. So things are flowing. Things are all making sense. I think things are definitely improving, because if you're coming into the 8 from the 6, you're definitely coming into abundance, into fertility, and into something really, really special. For some of you, you are relocating. Could be a long distance relationship that you might have to work with over the next 3 months, possibly. The Eight of Cups is a situation of walking away. So for some, you might be walking away from someone, but I don't think you'll be walking too far from them, because you have the Lovers card, and I think you'll definitely reconcile, whether it's physically or you'll reconcile into a relationship. But for those that are planning travels, I see it to be a very pleasant holiday, maybe a minor altercation with the Seven of Wands, which can be resistance, competition, and feeling like you're out on your own a little bit. So for some that have felt lonely, I feel like a trip or some alone time together can bring you very much closer together than you ever thought. I also feel like those that have been lacking something in their relationships, whether it's emotionally, spiritually, sexually, I feel like you're going out and pursuing that with your lover, and they're so on board with that. I think if you've identified the issue, or you have identified the area in your relationship where you feel you need more commitment, or where you feel, that you need to explore this further, I feel like there's a lot of alignment. The Eight of Wands is alignment and synchronicity and the arrows of love. And this person is just agreeing and aligning themselves with you, and wants to explore the things you want to explore, because that's how much love they have for you. This is a beautiful soulmate connection. I feel for some of you that are in this existing relationship, there's marriage, engagement, and possibly children ahead for you. I get the notion of fertility with the Lovers card, because these people look like they're about to embrace in a sexual act, and there is purity around them. Just the feminine and the masculine are joining together. So this is really powerful. I definitely feel for a lot of you, maybe not all, but for a lot of you, there is someone that this person is already your soulmate. This is the person who you're going to spend maybe even your twilight years in. You're spending your life journey with this person. So that's really, really positive. Very beautiful here. I love the angel. It's almost like this person is very protective and they watch over you, or you watch over them. But either way, I feel like you definitely hold each other in high regard, and you do place a pedestal on each other, which is beautiful. Let's continue on with air signs now. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy, and what you can expect in your relationships over these next 3 months. Okay, Five of Cups. Look, there is a bit of sadness. I mean, to all these cards here that are coming up. Okay, but it's not all bad. Wow, okay, so there's 2 marriage cards here. So for some of you, you're definitely getting married to this air sign that you're with. Look at that. King of Swords is sitting upright. Wow. Let's start with the Five of Cups though. Five of Cups can be sadness, melancholy, looking back at something, reflecting on something that didn't work. I feel like for some of you, you're getting a second chance with someone. It's either a rebirth in the relationship, or someone from your past is coming back for a new relationship. Two of Cups here, this is the Alchemist, which is present in the Two of Cups, the 2 lovers, and of course the Two of Cups in the Temperance card. So I feel like there's a fated soulmate or partnership that's in your life right now, or will be in the very near future. Particularly the time of the 5 has come up, so that could be significant. 5 days, 5 weeks. But I feel with these cards here, if you are dealing with an air sign, I feel like there could be a time in the relationship that you're really reflecting on something that went wrong. Maybe you're reflecting on the flaws of this person. Maybe they're reflecting on your flaws or your transgressions, or moments where maybe you weren't as compatible with this person. But I think for the most part, that's only minor. I think it's really paving way for something beautiful, because the Hierophant is traditionally seen as the marriage card, someone being of high influence and high importance to you, which I absolutely adore. I think, especially supported by the Four of Wands, this is marriage, this is commitment, this is a union. And whether it's not marriage, whether you don't care for a marriage certificate or the ceremonial aspects of a marriage or what a piece of paper might represent, if for you the fact that you're just with this person is enough, then I feel like your union is going to be celebrated in some way, whether it's between the two of you, whether it's with friends and family, or whether you're doing something special to commemorate your union and your courtship and your relationship. I feel like with the key here, the keys, it's almost like this person is like the key to your happiness, or you're the key to theirs, which is beautiful. This goes to show that there's a lot of wonderful things ahead for the two of you, and you make each other feel very positive. And maybe it's following a time of emotional upheaval, as I've mentioned in the general reading, and maybe it's all about to change. And what a wonderful way. The Hierophant, it's almost like you're being blessed. Someone's blessing your union. Maybe it's approval for some of you. Your family's approving. They're blessing the two of you getting married. Maybe your friends are blessing this person. They're giving their approval, their nod of approval, saying, yes, we really support your decision to be with this person. We think they're absolutely right for you. They bring out the best in you. So I like that. I think you're getting reassurance here with the Hierophant. And I also feel like it's emotional reassurance as well. So where you were lacking before, especially with an air sign, as I uncovered in the general reading, I feel like the blindfold is lifted and you'll finally see how much this person is worth to you, or vice versa, which is pretty powerful. The King of Swords, the fact that an air sign is coming up upright in here indicates that I think after a testing period, or after a time of clarity, impulse, uncertainty, irrationality, there is coming something more rational and upright and direct. So if the relationship was imbalanced or it was indirect, there's a shift that's taking place over the next 3 months, and this is definitely going to bring into your relationship more happiness, more reassurance, more communication, especially more positive communication as well, which is nice. This is support. The King of Swords is someone that is there for you to rely on, is there someone to give you reassurance and direction, and is there to bring to life your feelings and bring to life your passions, which is really powerful because the Four of Wands is that celebration. So for some of you, I feel like there is an engagement or wedding, a celebration of some kind to commemorate or honor your love, maybe renewal of vows for those that have been married for a very, very long time. It could also be for those that are in a relationship and have children. I feel like there might be a celebration surrounding your children, and it'll bring the two of you closer together, whether it's a ballet recital, whether it's your child is buying a home. If you have adult children, I feel like there's some sort of commemoration that's being done here, and it's going to reiterate your love. And I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. This communication, I feel like you'll be pleasantly surprised by what they have to say, I feel, in the next 3 months. And it's definitely, they'll have words about your relationship. So whether they're writing a book, they're writing a script, they're writing you an anniversary card, they're writing you a text, I feel like you'll just be so impressed with the words they say and how deep their words can be. And words that will stay with you for quite some time, I feel, which is pretty powerful. So a lot of happiness and wonderful things happening. So look, please remember these are general messages.